Well, welcome to Speaking of Horses. I'm your host, Wayne Williams, and we're ready to go right here with some of the great stories from the horse industry. So join us as we get ready to go Speaking of Horses right here on this station. Well, hey, welcome to Speaking of Horses. Now, today on the radio show, we are talking to, we've got a whole group of people here from the Norco Horse Affair. And it's in Norco, California. First of all, I'll say if you've never been to Norco, California, you got to go at least once in your life if you like horses, because no place like Norco. We got a whole group, and Fran, I think we're going to start with you. Introduce who all is with you, and let's talk a little bit about Norco.
Sounds great. Norco is Horsetown, USA. We've got way more horses than we have people in this town, and we ride down the street. And we ride to the restaurants, and we ride to shopping. We have a couple of large arenas that are event centers, and lots of trail riding. But anyway, I have with me today Mary Rose Anderson, who is in charge of the All-American Horse Challenge. And I also have with me Jeff Lyons, who's in charge of the American Mustang Training Challenge. And she has with her assistant, Liz Castro, and I have with me Michelle Hill, who has largely been putting on the Norco Horse Affair this year due to some unfortunate circumstances, but she's doing a fine job, and it's going to be a great show this year.
Well, tell us a little bit about the event itself and what all is going to be happening at the Norco Horse Fair.
So the Horse Affair was created to bring education and horse people together. We have people such as Brandy Lyons coming in, and we have Stacia Arnold. We have, oh my goodness, so many different people from so many different walks of life. We have Tiffany Britton. We have Stuart Ryback. There's all kinds of people coming to bring education to our people, to our equestrians. We also have vendors so that you can find some of the unique items that maybe aren't in stores, or maybe they are at lower cost. We have food, of course. We have entertainment by the American Mustang Training Challenge, where Jen was able to actually get 70 Mustangs adopted out in preparation for this event.
Wow. Wow. Tell us a little bit more about that Mustang Challenge. That's quite an event in itself.
I'll let Jen do that.
All right.
Yeah, we just decided as a group of trainers in Norco that are really passionate about the Mustangs, and really passionate about getting them homed. And so we decided, since there were no other big Mustang events this year, we were thrilled to put up with Brand, the Norco Horse Affair, to be able to not only provide the entertainment for the show, but even more so is to provide education for not just Norco, but all of our surrounding areas and all of those little heads, to show them what the Mustangs are able to do. We actually, exciting news, frankly, we had 83 animals adopted for the event. Wow. So we're stoked. All of these animals are already home. So, as far as they get them to compete, but no matter what, they're already home. Some will be up for reassignment. Some of folks are looking for a good broke animal, burning a war Mustang. I think in time we're going to have a sale on Sunday. They can adopt or reassign or purchase. There'll be Mustangs, we have English, Western dressage, cowboy dressage, Western dressage, working education Mustang, a little bit of just about everything. We have 100 jumpers. We have just every walk of life kind of came together to compete in this show. And we've just been working really hard to showcase these horses. We want folks to see what they're capable of. And instead of doing like a 100-day challenge like the folks do, we really opened it up. And folks got up to 7 months to go ahead and train their horse to be able to show them not just their spring horses, but it's a little more minutes so folks can see, where they can go with their Mustangs when they adopt them, what they can end up doing.
Right.
So that's pretty much it. It's going to be an exciting event. We're really excited to be able to Norco Horse Affair this year.
Well, the working with the Mustangs, it's all about the horse. The entire horse affair is a celebration of the horse and all of the different facets of the horse, from the Western riding, from training and working with the Mustangs to many disciplines and many things. And I know that also, there in Norco, I've had the pleasure working with them 2 or 3 times. But you've got the Norco Cowgirls drill team. Based right there, and the last couple of years I've done a Quest Fest up at the Rose Parade and worked with Norco Cowgirls up there, and they do a great job as well. So anything you want to see with horses, it's there.
We also have the All-American Horse Challenge for people that want to actually find a compete ride. It's a versatility type show, whether you're English, dressage, or Western rider. From all the different discipline classes for people to come and ride in. Ranch riding, trail, gymkhana, jumping, dressage, and then truly the new cattle event called camp racing, which is an Australian sport. And it basically has all of the different cow working aspects, cutting, working cow horse type of event. And we also tune in under our division, not only for youth and select, which is 55 and over, but we have our open novice and through a Mustang category. So for people that have these Mustangs that want to compete in this challenge as well, or people that have had Mustangs for many years can come and jump in this one and enjoy something as an opportunity there.
Well, you've got all the different things that you're showing off the Mustang, but you mentioned Australian, the what is it, camp drafting, I think it's called?
Camp drafting, yeah.
Right. So there are all of these different things that are unique to certain areas with the horses, and the whole thing is a celebration of the horse. Plus, don't forget, you've got a lot of shopping and vendors and neat things to go see while you're there.
Yes, we do. We're really excited about some of the different companies that are coming out this year to sell their wares. I know that Thrifty Horse will have Kensington and Pro Choice in there, and they're unloading a lot of their sale items out of the horses there this year. So Thrifty Horse will have some great pricing. But there's also a gentleman coming that does artwork with his horseshoe welding, and there's just so many coming. I can't even explain them all.
Well, the thing is, you've got all of these people, all these vendors. So when you're between clinics or horses you want to watch, there's always something to do there between speakers, special events, the trainers, and then, of course, the shopping. It's all there. You can spend the day and just, have a great day all day.
We also have a symposium where people are going to be coming and talking about certain areas like holistic probiotics, and we've got somebody coming to talk about insurance for horses, and law group is coming in. We have importance of having your legal documents in place for when you pass away, what's going to happen with your animal. We have liability, mortality, and major medical insurance for trainers. Somebody comes to talk about that. We have risk management.
Yes.
We have a breed pavilion that's going to be filled with different horses. We have currently we have Friesian, Mini, Morgans, Arabians, Spiders, Whitetail.
Well,
and C is on board, so Disney's bringing up 4 different draft horses for our defense.
Well, and I was out there last year and saw some of the Disney horses, and I think there's a neat little story there. Disney cut down, correct me if I'm wrong, the size of their stabling at Disneyland in Anaheim, and they now headquarter most of their horses out in Norco. Is that not correct?
That is correct. At the Circle D Ranch, right in the heart of Norco.
So the Disney horses, there's always Disney horses there because they just, if I'm not mistaken, they just trailer up to Disneyland each day, the horses they need that day. So there's always Disney horses available at Norco, and it's real nice to get them over and let you take a look at them while you're there at the horse affair.
Oh, you bet. It's about a 30-minute drive from Norco to Disneyland. And this way the horses peace and quiet when they're not working and they can just relax, or if they need a little extra training, they can go up down the road to Norco, and it's always such a pleasure to see them after working your animals.
You know, the one thing that we haven't mentioned, and I do want to at least bring it up here in the interview, and we're down to a couple of minutes left, but in the city of Norco, there are not necessarily sidewalks, there are horse trails, and you can ride your horse anywhere you want to go in the city. You can keep your horse in the city, and there are even the special high buttons at street crossings where you can reach it from horseback and push to cross the street.
That's absolutely correct. There's more walkways for horses than there are people. And there's tie-up rails in front of just about every establishment, especially here on 6th Street. In fact, in front of our stores, especially where we have an arena, so if you want to try a saddle on and ride around a little bit, you can do it right there in our parking lot. Pretty amazing out here in Norco.
It is.
Everybody in council is horse-related, and everybody on the planning department is horse-related, so this is one city that's pretty safe when it comes to not losing their horse rights.
I know I was out there a few years ago to a California backcountry horseman rendezvous and actually caught up with the mayor at that time riding down to the rendezvous down in front of the houses on her horse right on one of the trails, and actually said hello to the mayor riding her horse over to your grounds. And just an amazing setup. When you say Horsetown, USA, it is truly Horsetown, USA. It's an amazing place. I love it out there.
Thank you. We did too. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Well, one of these days when I decide not to travel anymore, I just might locate out there because I love Norco. And you know, and the climate, you can't beat the climate either. Hey, real quick, we're running out of time. Give us contact data for Norco Horse Affair.
Contact data.
How do we, website, Facebook?
Yeah, we're on it all. NorcoHorseAffair.com.
Well, we want you to check them out at Norco Horse Affair. And don't forget, they have advanced online ticket sales. We'll see you in Norco in October. Well, that's our show. I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Speaking of horses, we'll be back next week with a brand new show. Or join us at speakingofhorses.com.